And welcome back to the Winter WrestleMania Grand Slam tournament. And here, this is the first match of the round of 32. This is beanlye versus TDC Choneko. Obviously, I'm not alone in the commentary booth. I'm along with Epic Man 2. Hello, Epic Man.
Hello, hi, it's me again. So yeah, this being the first match of the round of 32 bracket for this weekend in the Winter WrestleMania Grand Slam tournament of 2025. There is sure to be a bunch of bangers here and there, like throughout this match, throughout this weekend. So we hope you keep your eyes peeled for us. But with that out of the way, we're going to be seeing none other than beanlye C2 going up against TCD Choneko C34. Both having come out of a relatively clean match in the round of 64, both going to be facing each other in the round of 32 here. So yeah, excited to see how this is going to unfold.
Indeed. Here we can already see Choneko's warm-up, and he actually does play HD. Seems to struggle quite a bit.
Yeah. I guess it's like the sort of thing that usually comes with playing with the hidden mod on, considering that it's like, and in a way, it helps, like, for some people, it like helps them with like their focus in some ways, but then there's like the fair portion of players that are like, frankly, the opposite in a way, where it like sort of hinders them, but I don't think they like put on the mods to be like all serious now, considering that beanlye also put hard rock on, as we can see, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, often when they use hidden, they actually put it in the skin and not using the mod itself, because the problem with the mod is that the hidden actually moves, so you can't have a fixed focus point compared to the skin hidden.
Yeah, precisely that, really. And I believe this is going to be the other warm-up, which is going to be AO Infinity by Mint. I believe this was in MWC of 2023. Yeah, in the round of... No, 2023 in the round of 16 map pool. It was LN2 of that one. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was 2023 or 2024.
Ah, yeah.
But yeah, still a fairly recent map.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, to be fair, like, when it comes to, like, I think, like, most, like, commentaries in matches from what I've seen, like, whenever an MWC match is, like, no, whenever, like, some MWC map is, like, played out, I don't think most people, like, tend to, like, sort of remember like which iteration it was from, unless if it's like a bit more obvious or something in a way. Like I don't know, like if it was in the description or something, but I don't know.
And this time we do not see a needed mod by Choneko. Oh, and beanlye actually using a hard rock. Okay, so that's why it is so much closer than the other map.
Yeah, I think beanlye is like just using hard rock on the Ellen map just for like fun, really. I don't think it's really to like flex or anything like that in the warm-ups. I mean, a lot of people tend to like sort of flex when it comes to warm-ups and tournaments anyway, when if the tournament like allows for it. But I have a feeling that beanlye is like just mainly like putting on the hard rock like sort of like facade, like just for fun or something, just before the match begins, you know.
beanlye with really good accuracy considering he is using a hard rock. This is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
indeed.
It's still C2, so that's a really high seed that, yeah, still quite impressed by his accuracy right now.
Indeed. In general, like Ellen maps are just like pretty hard to like get good accuracy on if you're not like sort of like versed in them. But like coordination picks like this are like a bit more sort of like straightforward. So like it's a bit like easier to like maybe play them a bit accurately than when it comes to like maybe some other ones like Ellen Density or Ellen Tech especially. But obviously it like depends on like what exactly you're playing in that sort of like field. So but overall beanlye is still doing a pretty good job like on this map especially.
Indeed. And that's it for the warm-ups. And that's actually an FC by beanlye with a lot of 200, but we can't blame him. He's still playing with hard rock.
Yeah, indeed. Quite a fascinating score with hard rock, especially on a map like this. Still getting that FC. But of course, with that out of the way, that concludes the warm-ups phase of this round. So we are going to be proceeding to the roles in a moment. Gonna be seeing like who's gonna be protecting what and banning what. So as we can see here, beanlye gonna be rolling a third team, while on the other hand, Chuneko is going to like basically give them the clean flush or something with a 96 point roll. So therefore making Chuneko the winner of the rolls phase. Damn.
And therefore making him the winner of the match. Oh, never mind.
Bro, imagine. That would actually be insane.
The Winter Sumania Casino Tournament.
Indeed. Yeah, so Chuneko going to be opted in for the Ellen to protect, so that is going to be Boys in Kaleidosphere. So that's the, like, sort of, like, maybe less conventional Ellen map here. Like, it's one of the, like, sort of mixed Ellen maps in this pool. Being, like, also going to be opted in for the Hybrid 2 protect, so that's, Sushi Ino Shoujo Licks. Damn.
And beanlye actually does ban transport the hybrid 3 with some SVs. And we see Chuneko's ban.
Yeah. I suppose it makes sense because, like, a lot of the time when it comes to, like, these kinds of map pools, I think, like, players are more used to, like, the sort of norm where, like, there just isn't, like, any sort of, like, SV in most of the maps. So, like, if there is, like, some sort of, like, jump scare SV in a hybrid map, for example, then there's probably going to be some people that may not, like, find it the most feasible in their sites. So it sort of makes sense. Chuneko also banning hybrid 1, that's going to be Sayonara Heaven, and yeah.
Indeed, and I think beanlye did ban hybrid 3 because probably because of the SVs, because he might be scared that Chuneko actually trained the map so that it can't be scared by the SVs and keep a good accuracy on. But we're not gonna see that since the map is banned.
Indeed. But despite that, we're going to be seeing Chuneko pick out the first map, and they're going to be batting it out with their Protect right away. So that's going to be Poison Kaleidosphere by Turtwig. So yeah.
Family song, guys. Such a banger.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's like sort of what you like expect from the likes of Milias and ours, because like they're like sort of repertoire of works is like really sort of experimental in their own right, so it sort of like evens out and checks out like as to why like a lot of people would sort of like them and stuff, considering that they have like quite a bunch of like good songs and so on. So yeah.
And just as a reminder, we actually are in the first to 5 setting.
Yeah, so this bracket going to be a bit of a shift away from the sort of formats that was introduced with round of 64. Going to be all players gonna have to like require like just maybe like one more point, especially to be able to like win a match from here on. So yeah, but with that out of the way, we're gonna be already like past the first quarter of the map, almost halfway through already. We see beanlye like already like at a short lead of 6,000 points, just ahead of this map of Chuneko, who's like still fighting with these LN patterns, especially not like playing them as accurately as beanlye is on the other hand, unfortunately, but like still putting in a strong effort nonetheless. That's going to like sort of just keep them in the equation just by a bit of a small margin, but like who knows? Maybe the tides will turn, like, at some point during this last quarter.
Indeed. The map is actually very short, so any mistake by beanlye can shift over the lead to Chuneko.
Indeed, so unfortunately for Chuneko here, the map, especially coming with the sort of, like, problem for them that the map is like one of the shortest maps in this map pool, especially. That's going to give the point straight away to beanlye, coming in with the 995k score and also the almost sub 100 perfect ratio score v1 SS. That's definitely something that's like really sort of dangerous to go up against in a match such as this, especially. So but who knows? Maybe we'll see like a bit of a change like in some of the other picks, considering that this was only one of the LN maps out of the 3 that are remaining. So I think like Chuneko might want to stick to like some of the other maps in the map pool, especially as we're gonna be seeing
beanlye.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Though it's beanlye pick, and they actually does pick hybrid too.
Yep. I guess both players gonna be picking now both of their protects like right out of the match starting. I mean, I guess it's like a sort of common like instinct for like most players, especially. But I could see why they sort of went for them. I mean, maybe it's not like the best like sort of strategic like option to go for when playing professionally, but I don't know really.
Also, players might wanna pick hybrid early, also because just the maps are fun.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, when you're playing in like a match that's like sort of not so serious, then I think it's like a very valid reason to like just simply just pick maps because you enjoy them more than like if they'd give you like some sort of advantage. But as we can see here, getting into the intro of this map, being like going to be taking a miss on like one of the like rice bursts in the intro. That's going to give Chuneko a very slim lead of a few thousand points right off the bat. As we just barely get into the real source of the map, really.
And oh, I just noticed the Chuneko's cross speed. It's really, really fast. Jeez.
Oh yeah, it's probably just It's probably just something to do with like their skin or something. I know it's the same with mine in some ways, but yeah. It probably just varies like depending on the skin you're using, because sometimes some skins can just feel slower at like faster note speeds and whatnot.
And as the map goes on, the lead is actually going back to beanlye thanks to his accuracy.
Yeah, indeed. beanlye holding on to the accuracy and consistency from earlier, unlike Chineko, who is like, despite like increasing their accuracy a bit, had still like sort of faltered a bit during like certain sections of the map. That's just going to give beanlye a very slim lead, especially just getting through some of these LNs and also these rice bursts especially. So with there only being like 1/4 of the map left, Chineko really needs to try and like lock in here if they want to be able to like capitalize off at this point, getting into the first course.
And he also needs to pray for a miss for beanlye.
Potentially, yeah, but like considering that like the map is going to be like almost finishing here, there's not much difficulty left in the map, so I don't think unless something happens, anything's going to change here.
And that is already a second point for beanlye. Quite an impressive accuracy for beanlye, even despite his miss. That's quite sad, but I mean, as long as you do better than your opponent, it's okay.
Yeah, as unfortunate as this sort of may be for the reign of Chineko here, considering that beanlye already found like the first breakpoint in the match, like very, very early on, especially. Despite like Chineko FCing, of course, contrary to beanlye, who had found a drop like early in the map. So yeah, but of course now is Chineko's pick. So I think from here on they're gonna have to like pick wisely if they want to be able to like try and like secure like a map that if they want to be able to like try and secure a point that could be in their advantage. So maybe try opting in for one of the rice maps if that's doable, or like try and like find or try and like maybe like use something that maybe oh no, beanlye could probably like mess up on if something happens.
And you're right, it is actually Rice 4 which is picked, which is Clear Stalker by Eclipse. Oh my bad, it's actually 2110 51.7 demo.
Yeah. So yeah, this map gonna be none other than 17th of May 2021 demo or something by Bola1217. This is like one of the mixed tech maps of this map pool. So like this map being a bit on the technical side of things, I guess it sort of makes sense as to why Chineko would go out for picking this, especially. Although we'll have to see, considering now we have seen like beanlye earlier on in the warm-ups, like show like what they're basically capable of when it comes to like rice especially. So both players just gotta be like really careful, considering that this map has a bit of like rigid patterns here and there in rice. So yeah.
This map is actually quite straightforward, but there are some patterns that are quite unconventional.
Absolutely. It sort of like just comes with like this map just being like sort of structured in a very specific way. So already getting into like this jump stream section, Chineko having found like a bit of a like sort of downward spine roll along the way that's going to drop their accuracy down below 99%, while beanlye is still hanging on to their accuracy, just like getting through this jump stream and fairly straightforward burst as well, despite like what has despite what's happening.
And we're halfway through the map in the break, and we're 10,000 points away. I mean 11.
Indeed, so beanlye already. So yeah, both players already halfway through the map already. That's going to beanlye still hanging on to their like pretty big score lead so far, basically marginalizing the whole score gap between the two players in question. Chuneko still like Chuneko gonna be finding a drop as well. That's probably like spelled danger for them, considering that there's only a core left on the map, and there is like this relatively like sort of funky polyrhythm section that like in which I don't think beanlye is going to like show any signs of like fault here, considering that this is just the end of the map and there isn't enough time for like any matters to change anymore. So